Good day, sir. This is Binamra Thapa, and this is my part 1 POE. So in my part 1 POE, I have 3 classes. There's program, ingredient, and recipe. So I'm just going to restart right now. I'm going to start. Well, I can also start by going into program files and bin debug in part 1. But here's the program. So I start my program, and it will show me welcome to the recipe application, in which it will give me 6 options. That will be add a recipe, display the full recipe, scale the recipe, reset the recipe, clear the data, and exit. Well, for now I can add only one recipe, so I'm gonna add a recipe, and it's asking me for the recipe name. So let's say I just want to make a nice tea, so I'm just gonna take TEA, and number of ingredients that I need for tea, and that will be 3. Well, first, to make a tea, I need a water, so I'm just gonna say water. The quantity will be 1, and then the unit of measurement will be a cup. Now second one will be, I need sugar, and I always like 4 tablespoons of sugar, so I'm just gonna say 4 tablespoons. And ingredient is obviously rooibos, so I'm just gonna say rooibos. That's basically a tea. And maybe 2, and let's say teaspoon. Now number of steps will be 2, so I will put sugar in the water, so add sugar in the water and add rooibos in the water. Well, as you can see over here, it shows me in a green text, ingredient has been added. Now what I can do is I can display the recipe. Ingredient for tea is 1 cup water, 4 tablespoons sugar, and 2 teaspoons rooibos. Add sugar in the water and add rooibos in the water. So now I can scale the recipe. So I can say 3. And are you sure you want to scale the recipe? I'm going to say yes. So let's say there are 2 people that's coming to my house, and I want to scale the recipe. So that will be, I'm just going to say scale it to 2. But as you can see over here, it will be 2 cup of sugar, 2 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar. Well, 4 times 4 will be 8 tablespoons. So 4 tablespoons, 8 tablespoons will be 1 cup sugar, and 4 teaspoon rooibos. I can reset back to original one. Are you sure you want to reset back to original recipe? I'm gonna say yes. And then you can see over here it went from recipe has been reset back to the original values: 1 cup water, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 recipe teaspoon rooibos, and the same steps. And the 5th option I have is clear the data, and will ask me, are you sure you want to clear the data? I'm gonna say yes. And then you have successfully cleared previous data. Now you can add new recipe. Now at this moment, my application over here doesn't have any recipe. So now if I go and save display all recipe, it's gonna say no ingredients has been added, 3 the same, 4 the same, 5 the same. Now I can add a new recipe again, and it's gonna say give me a recipe name. Let's say at this time I want to make a coffee, so I'm gonna say COF coffee, and number of ingredients that's needed for coffee, that's 3, and that will be water, 1 cup, ingredient will be sugar, 4 tablespoon. Well, you can choose any of them, like I can choose tablespoon, teaspoon, or cup. And the third one will be coffee, sorry. And the quantity will be 5, but if a user gives any kind of string, then it will show me please enter the number, because you're not supposed to give any letters when you're giving the quantity. So I'm gonna say 4 maybe, and then that will be teaspoon. Number of steps, that's 2. and add sugar into coffee, add water into COFFE, coffee. Ingredient has been added. Now if I go back to add ingredient again, it's going to say you have already entered one recipe, since this is only one recipe application. And now I can do the same thing with 2. So the ingredient, I can scale it to 0.5, 2 or 3. Let's do it for 3 this time. And you can see over here it has been scaled to 3 times. I can say go reset back to recipe. If I say no, then it will say me you've cancelled to reset the recipe. I can say 5, clear the data. Yes, I want to do that. You have successfully cleared previous data. Now you can add new recipe. And at the finally, I can just say 6, exit, and you can see over here the program has been exited. And that's it. That's my POE part 1. I hope you like it and have a good day.